Okay, so this week we asked you for a name and you gave us one. You sent in your questions, so we're going to answer a few of them, and we wondered about the most unusual bike you could ride staffs on this year. But first, the news. Here's the news. First of all, we confirm this week that the festival will start with a round of the British Cycling Elite Circuit Series in the grounds of Shugborough on Friday the 1st of July. So exciting news there. Also, NFTO became the first UCI Continental team to enter the RideStaffs Kermesse, so you'll definitely see some of their top riders on the start line on Saturday 2nd of July. And lastly, British Cycling announced today that Motorpoint is the title sponsor of the British Cycling Grand Prix series, of which the RideStaffs Kermesse is a part. So expect to see their brand loud and large at the festival throughout 1st, 2nd and 3rd of July. Okay, should we move on to some questions? Last week we asked you to come up with a good name for this weekly video thing, and we are happy to announce that Charlotte Eglinton came up with one on Facebook. She suggested we call it the Velog, so a bit of a play on velo and vlog. So from now on it's the RideStaffs Velog, and that's what we'll be calling it. Also, we got an email from Peter Smith Round who asked us whether we have got the routes to the Sportive up in more detail yet on the website, and so in answer to your question, Peter, if you go to ridestaffs.co.uk, you can click on the ride that you're doing, whether that's the Into Ride 22 or the Ride 68, and if you click on the link there and then scroll down to the profile here, then click on that, it will take you to a more detailed map of the route. So you can zoom into that, you can see the route in detail, and you can also get some of the GPX data on that depending on what kind of subscription you have to ride with GPS and what kind of device you've got. We do tweak the route slightly in the run up to the event when there are things like roadworks or different things happening out there in the real world, so you can use this as a guide for now, but you will get access to the GPX data as part of your ride manual that we send out in the week before the event. Hope that answers your question, Peter. Lastly, in terms of questions for this week, we got one in from Dean Brindley who asked us, are there any awards for completing the course on unusual, vintage or simply mad bikes? Well, simple answer to that, Dean, is if you've got something that's better than any of the following, I'll happily give you a free ride in the event.
So you could ride one of these, or one of these, or maybe one of these.
That just about wraps it up for this week. Don't forget you can follow us on Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, and now Snapchat as well as RideStaffs, and you can also follow us on Instagram as Lead Out Cycling. So look forward to seeing many more followers there. Don't forget, if you've got questions, pop them in the comments below this video on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you find it, and we will answer some more next week along with the latest news from the festival. See you next week.